Participated in a massive voter bribery, and in support thereof offered evidence by witnesses all who claimed to had received and accepted money from the persons they considered agents of the third respondent. But as submitted by the respondent's advocate, none of those witnesses made any report to the police or to the officials of the first respondents. Neither did any of the petitioner's agents, who were all present at those polling stations, made any complaint to the petitioner himself, who in his evidence in chief stated that he had given that responsibility to his chief agent, thereby contradicting the evidence of some of his witnesses who alleged to have called him. Even if the court were to take the petitioner's word that he honestly believed that he was winning the election and therefore might not have taken the issue seriously, it is of note that even after the results were announced, he did not raise any objection to the outcome thereof on account of the alleged voter bribery. In this day and age of smartphones, the court is at a loss as to why none of the petitioner's witnesses, who alleged to have witnesses and participated in voter bribery, did not see the need to take any photographs of the alleged voter bribery and illegal meetings which were being done by the third respondent. From the evidence on record, all the petitioner's witnesses were in one accord that the act of voter bribery took place outside the polling stations and that they had no evidence to prove that those who gave them the money were agents or acted on behalf of the third respondents. Him running with the police after him. There is no eyewitnesses who saw him at the polling stations, and further, there is no evidence tendered to show that there was any collusion between the third respondent and the security forces, or that they were under his control. I further looked at the evidence of PW8, whose testimony was that she was carrying on her person a total sum of Kenya shillings 21,000, yet she wants the court to believe her that she took a bribe of Kenya shillings 200. Most of the petitioner witnesses confirmed that they were engaged in economic activities, which makes it hard for the court to understand why they would take as little as 100, which some of them alleging to have traveled long distance so as to receive that little sum of money. PW10's evidence was contradictory in material particulars, while PW11, who alleged to have been with him, denied having seen the famous Steve, who was at all polling stations giving out money. PW12 evidence did not corroborate the evidence of PW10, while PW16 evidence is clearly an afterthought, as out of the petitioner's 21 or so witnesses, he is the only one who attempted to take photographic evidence, only to find the subject having evaporated into thin air, thereby missing the vital chain in the link of the petitioner's case. Inasmuch as the same is at the discretion of the court, and that in awarding or disallowing costs, the court must be guided by the principle of fairness, justice, and need to advance access to justice. The petitioner honestly believed that he was the most popular candidate who had aligned himself with the party which eventually won the presidential election and therefore could not understand how he lost, but that is the nature of elections. There must be winners and losers. Having taken into account the time taken by the parties to prepare for this election petition and to prosecute the same, with the timeline set by the court, I will award the respondent's cost to be taxed but capped at a maximum sum of Kenya shillings 2,500,000, of which the first respondent, being the constitutional body mandated to conduct the election and which is funded by the taxpayers, including the petitioner, shall be entitled to a cost not exceeding Kenya shillings 500,000. And the third respondent not exceeding Kenya shillings 2 million. Having found that there were no irregularities of criminal nature proved, I decline to make an order thereon to the Director of Public Prosecution and direct the Deputy Registrar of the Court to issue the requisite certificate to the Commission and the Speaker of the National Assembly on the validity of the election of the third respondent, with the necessary copies to the offices as required under Section 86 of the Election Act, and it is ordered. This judgment does not deal with all the evidence or arguments by the parties before it in verbatim, but its focus is on deciding the pleaded issues and upon explaining my reasoning as economically as possible for the decision reached, noting that the law requires that it must be determined within 6 months from the date of declaration. And that is the judgment of the court. Dismissed.
No. Tondu no kinangofu kwagire mweke wa guthura andu ni tondu wa urutu wao wa wira tugithura Mheshimiwa Kwenya na kiama kia Jubilee o tukimenyaga ni wa Jubilee ni tondu tumwendete ni ndu wa mawira maria turutire tugithura Mheshimiwa Gacomba kuma kuria Jabini na Jubilee ni mawira maria naruta tugithura Mwangi wa Gicuki kuria engineer na ngamucokeria ngatho muno ndo engineer ona Jubilee ni tondu wa wira wake na tugithura Mheshimiwa Ephraim Maina kuma murungano na Jubilee ni undu wa wira wake no guo niguo tungenda gucokeria ndu itu Kinangofu ati riu turetuaga matua maitu ni tondu wa wira uria turutirwo ni mundu na ni undu wa uthii wa na mbere uria angituteithia Mheshimiwa Kwenya tumunyitite guoko na tukamuhoka ati Ngai ni ekumuhe ugi nigetha miaka ino ina mbere ahota gututungata ena umiriru akimenyaga ati twithutha wake turithe andu a Kinangofu katigwa andu aitu na tugukunyita Mheshimiwa na tukuria Ngai akuhe ugi ahota gutindika wira na njira ya tucokerie igoti ngatho tucokerie Ngai ngatho ni tondu wa uhotanio na andu acio angi tumere ati mwathani ni hea mundu ihinda ringi na to muhaka uhotane na mundu ndahotanaga ni tondu wa kiama ahotanaga ni tondu wa wira uria arutire andu Ngai witu munathime asanteni sana.
Nĩ twakena mũno ithuĩ andũ a Kinangofu nĩ ũndũ wa cira ũcio ũrakoretwo ũbairĩtwo na mũthenya wa ũmũthĩ nĩ ũndũ wa andũ arĩa mararĩ na nganja kana arĩa meciragia kũrĩ waganu warutĩtwo nĩ mamenya nĩ Ngai waheanĩte gĩtĩ gĩa Kinangofu kwĩ mũmbunge wao wĩtagwo Kwenya wa Thuku na maheni marĩa mothe marahenanĩtio ũmũthĩ igoti nĩ rĩatua itua na rĩa hurithania maheni mau mothe na noti ũguo nĩ tũrakena mũno tugacokeria Ngai ngatho nĩ atĩ rĩu nĩtũkũhota gũcetwo na turutĩre andũ aitũ wĩra tũrarĩ na ihinda iritũ mũno tondũ rĩu gũtirĩ wĩra mũndũ angĩhota kũruta wĩna macira na expectation cia andũ cirĩ igũrũ ũguo rĩu gũtarĩ na kwaria maũndũ maingĩ nĩ atĩ twacokeria Ngai witũ ngatho nĩ gũconora andũ arĩa maragia maheni tondũ nĩ anini ti aingĩ no nĩ maratũmĩte andũ aingĩ mũno a Kinangofu macabe nĩ gũkorwo atĩ ndiahota kũruta wĩra na njĩra ĩrĩa yagĩrĩire nĩ gũkorwo ndĩ igoti-inĩ ndĩ mbunge ndĩ igoti-inĩ mawakiri no mũhaka tũ-consult na tũrathũkangia indo nyingĩ cia tũhũ itarabatiĩ gũthũkanga no nĩ ngũcokeria Ngai ngatho mawakiri maitũ nĩ mararutire wĩra mwega na mawakiri mau mothe nĩ ciana cia Kinangofu ũguo gũtirĩ hathara ndĩraigua thiĩte tondũ ndihana arĩa marathiĩte kũgĩra mawakiri kũrĩa maumĩte nĩ ciana cia Kinangofu iria njugaga cithome cirakĩgĩa na wĩra wa kũndetera ciandetera kinya ndatuĩka atĩ maũndũ marĩa mothe mararĩtie mararĩ ma maheni na njokerie Justice Wakĩaga ngatho mũno nĩ tondũ wa gũkorwo mũndũ fair cira ũcio watuo kũringana na evidence ĩrĩa yarĩ ho and the facts that he had used in that court of law. Na tugukena muno tuge Ngai arathime jaji ni gukorwo mundu wa kihoto na ni ihoya ringi muhera ni ati Ngai amuhe promotion tondu mandiko matheru moigaga promotion ndiumaga east or west iheanagwo ni Ngai. He has done justice. Yeah. Ni kiraniro kiria ndirahe andu itu Kinangop ni ati guthi na mbere na kumatungatira torarira matungatire first term ino ya keri matungatira na hinya mweru. In fact ndirathie riu gutire njira riroria ni menyete na turarutania wira wega muno na thirikari, and especially president who has been my friend for a long time na deputy president witu ni turi na kiriko nao ni tuguteithania ni support wira wao na ma support wira witu wa constituency na nigetha tuthie na mbere ta constituency no itu na ni uhoro wa mati gutire constituency kurita na ihenya thiini wa Nyandarua county ta constituency ya Kinangop, and therefore andu aya ona ndi kiama kia Jubilee kira maiguaga ta matarenda ni maugire na hinya munene ati ni meguthura matiguthura kiama kuri andu mokite macuhiriire kiama riu ona no aigua igoti nikiuga ati mokire kwira igoti ati meciragia nio tondu mari kiama kiria kiariaga andu a Kinangop matiriaga kiama mariaga muruti wa wira muruti wa wira ucio na muruti wa wira ucio ni mamui etagwo Kwenya wa Thuku, and therefore we thank God so much. We thank God for the victory. Voted for me because I was with them all along. It is manifest.
But with whom we have worked this journey.
It should be available before you leave back home.
Their patience and having chosen the democratic way.
I do those just cancel one and one. I've seen the name of your colleague, yes. The commission and the speaker, which you need to insert and you get the copy that you can get the necessary money.
In thanking the court for the judgment and actually confirming that the text
it's just a matter of filling them in. This judgment should be ready. The commission and the speaker, which you need to insert and you get the copy that you can get the necessary money.
in thanking the court for the judgment and actually confirming that the text
it's just a matter of filling them in. This judgment should be ready. Similarly, in the same Raila 2013, the court further laid down the perimeters of burden to prove them beyond reasonable doubt, and it's now the duty of the court to analyze the evidence tendered in proof to come to a country. See Raila 2013, and many authorities are lucky for what he considered his policies of fast airport without any interest. Like in any election, the petitioner believed that he was challenging the outcome of presidential elections. At paragraph 203, the court clarified that in the case of data a fact to prove it to the required standard, it is also settled that the standard of proof in any election offense or quasi-criminal. I have quoted Raila 2022, where the Supreme Court again reinstated the
the role of the courts, the task that the court has done, and the people of Kinangop from both sides, both the petitioner and
number of votes in elections where is the petitioner